alarm goes off at 6 a.m., you know it's time for the best family breakfast experience on TV.
Well, you bet. And a very good morning to you beautiful people out there. Another day, another fresh edition of your numero uno breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
Today's show promises to be completely mind-blowing as every single segment, as always, is tailored to inspire and encourage you to become a lot more productive this Tuesday. And someone who is going to be producing some beautiful smiles this morning. No matter what she tries to do, those smiles are going to come out this morning. The one and only Tokwe. She's in the kitchen.
Good morning, Titi. Good morning, Mazino.
Oh,
beautiful.
Thank you.
I don't want to call you what I call Mary, but just this once, Amotekun.
Wow.
Let's go on now. Let's go on now.
He went there.
He went there. He really went there.
Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
And well, hey, just in case you're wondering who we are, my name is Titi Layo.
I'm sure they know already that my name is Mazino Appeal. So stay with us till 9 o'clock for some great stuff. Nothing but premium family entertainment right here in Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, so don't forget. We're streaming the show, yeah?
Oh, yes, we are. So right now it's at tvcentertainment.tv and also Facebook at TVC Connect.
You can also connect with us via comments. We would love to hear what you have to say. Just make sure you add our hashtag right there. That's Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
Of course, Titi, we have the app, you guys. It remains available for download on Android and iOS store to watch us from your mobile devices anywhere you might be in the world.
Yes, So subscribe to our YouTube channel. In case you've missed anything in the past, you want to go catch up on that, just make sure you subscribe and hey, hit that notification bell so you can get alerts.
Yes. Yeah. On Fridays, we always tell you beforehand, 2:30 p.m. we have something really special. It's called Wake Up Extra on IG Live. If you're not following us already, you should get up on Instagram and make sure you're following us so you don't miss out on that great interactive goodness every Friday at 2:30 p.m.
Yeah, well, it is for both guys and women.
I don't mind
women are more particular about. And then when you see a man who is particular about his skin, it just comes off like
No. I'm very particular about my skin.
You.
If a guy gets a pimple, you see this guy like, oh man,
we're always worried about it.
Yeah, always worried.
Which guy?
Always worried.
Aren't you ever worried about your face?
Mike, you specifically, if you had a pimple, I'll be worried about you because I've never seen any pimple on your face.
That's the thing, but my skin is very, I don't know, it's adaptable, like
anything
goes. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, simple like that. So
Mm.
I know some ladies that have to go through a very, very
process,
torturous skin regimen. Any small thing break out like massive ones.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, in fact, I shouldn't say the kind of thing that I let go on my face, but hey, but I think that's just life, man. When we say life no balance, this kind of things we're talking about.
I like to take particular care of it, especially my legs. I wish I could show you guys how smooth it is.
Stop.
Mazino,
are you talking about your legs on national TV?
Yes, I've got very smooth legs, all shaven and everything.
Wow! Stop.
Would you guys like to see?
No! So, but the thing is, we've talked about male grooming before.
Yeah.
A properly groomed man, to me, is quite attractive. That's the truth.
Thank you very much.
But then there are some women that are more attracted to the gruff, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you want a bit rough on the edges.
I don't know.
So you
like
know
a
the
beard,
time?
to me, a beard is a bit too much.
I know, my dear, beard.
Isn't it? Oh, thank goodness you're back.
Yes, sorry, no beard, Mike.
Beards are bad.
I would take offense.
Titi, you're so
dreaming.
We had that conversation while you were away, and Mike seems to have the upper hand because she loves a bearded guy.
Really?
Mary loves a bearded guy.
No.
A bearded guy
Nailed
is a complete vibe.
No, okay, so
Come closer, Johnny.
based on my history, my interactions with different types of people, most of the time, once I see a beard, I have a particular impression.
It happens.
You stereotype,
It's called
don't you?
It's a stereotype thing. Yeah.
But I just feel like the extra something for a guy is the beard.
It's high maintenance. You know the kind of things they pour in that beard.
Hey, are you pushing Tokpe's hair?
Tokpe looks very
There we
good.
go, the Cleopatra, Alexandra.
So the fringe look is just so adorable.
That is Cleopatra.
Really adorable.
I don't know what
Step
they're
on
talking
us.
about. You look
We are your
okay
King
all the
Alexander.
I'm going to say thank God for Wake Up Nigeria in our lives because there's some hairstyles that are really difficult to maintain
Yeah.
if you don't have a hairstylist to help you out.
Yeah, very true.
But as long as you can maintain them.
I put something on the group over the weekend. I don't know if you remember. And I said, What do you guys want me to do? And this is a question to you guys out there. Maybe you should actually send in a message and tell us what you'd like us to do with my hair. Because I have a... Hey, come on, wait there, Mr. Man. Because I have a thing with the afro look. Yeah. And lately I've been trying to... I hope I can keep it real big like I normally would. But this is what I want to do. Would you guys like to see me take it off on morning television, every single bit of it?
Wow. You want to take your hair down? Like,
yeah, everything. It down? It's never been done in 10 years.
Oh my Are you sure you want to try yourself?
But you know what? If you
I think I'll look good still.
Well, we got to go for the news now.
Okay. And have to go to the news. Yeah, we do.
Tokpe has us covered on that one.
Yes, I do have us covered. Now we have just in from the caretaker chairman of the All Progressive Congress and governor of Yobe State, Mai Mala Buni, in reaction to the just concluded Edo governorship election. He has appealed to members of the party to be strengthened by the outcome of the election. In a statement released, Governor Buni said the peaceful conduct of the election and its outcome represents victory for Nigeria's democracy. As a party, we join President Muhammadu Buhari to affirm our commitment to free and fair elections in order to strengthen the foundation of our political and moral authority. Governor Buni commended INEC, security agencies and all political parties that contested the election for the successful conduct. The APC, as a governing party, said it will take every step necessary to support the federal government in consolidating all the gains it has achieved. The caretaker committee commended the APC's candidate, Pastor Osage Eze Iyamu, for his tenacity and leadership. Edo State leaders, and especially the former national chairman, Adams Oshomole, and all members in Edo State, including the Governorship Campaign Council led by Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, Governor of Kano State. Governor Buni has asked the APC to unite to move the nation's democracy forward and put end to the era where electoral contest becomes warfare. He said attention must now shift to Ondo State and ensure that the APC wins the October 10, 2020 election. Now to security matters. One person has been killed and 20 others injured during a violent clash between farmers and herders in Jigawa State. Police spokesman Audu Jinjiri says the unrest over land ownership occurred at Madamuwal Forest in Guri local government area. Mr. Jinjiri also reveals that security personnel have been mobilized to the troubled area, leading to the arrest of 2 suspects. He adds that the injured have been taken to the hospital for treatment as preliminary investigation continues by the police. Guri is blessed with fertile land for farming and grazing. The issue of ownership has led to bloody conflicts between the 2 groups over the years. In Nasarawa State, the 6 remaining officers of the Federal Road Safety Corps who were abducted by bandits along Maraba Uje Road have regained their freedom. Governor Abdullahi Sule says the officers were rescued by the police. 26 FRSA officials were said to be traveling from Sokoto to Kebbi State to the FRSA Academy in Udi when they were attacked last Monday. 2 of them were killed, 10 abducted, while others sustained various degrees of injuries. But the police had earlier rescued 4 out of the 10 officers when it launched an onslaught against the bandits in Toto local government area of the state.
I want to at this moment really also congratulate him for the wonderful job they have done. I'm happy to announce that all the 20-something members of the Federal Road Safety Corps that were kidnapped, all of them were totally released yesterday. And I want to thank all the security and all those who have worked very hard to ensure that we achieve that feat. And I want to thank them for all the efforts that they are making, in order to ensure that Nasarawa State remains safe.
President Muhammadu Buhari has tasked the Kaduna State government to keep up its laudable investment efforts and surpass the impressive results already attained. The president was special guest at the 5th edition of the Kaduna Economic and Investment Summit, holding virtually. He commends the Kaduna State government for its efforts to establish its credentials as the investment destination of choice in Nigeria. The president spoke after Governor Nasir El-Rufai said the state has attracted both domestic and foreign investments worth about $800 million since 2015, with investors pledging a further $2.1 billion. He further commended efforts of the government for establishing its credentials as the investment destination of choice in Nigeria. The president says testimonies to that effect further affirms the ranking of the state as #1 for ease of doing business by the World Bank Doing Business Report 2018. But he wants the government to keep up the laudable efforts and surpass the impressive results already attained. President Muhammadu Buhari joined the virtual event to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the United Nations, the first to be held this way due to COVID-19 pandemic. At the meeting, he hailed the United Nations for remaining true to the aspirations of its founders by fostering global peace and security. In his video message, President Buhari amplified Nigeria's achievements at the United Nations since 1960, when the country officially joined the organization. He highlighted the country's active contribution in human, financial, and material resources to several United Nations peacekeeping operations, among other priorities. President Buhari called for a global approach in addressing COVID-19 in a bid to build the future for all. Following reopening of schools in some parts of the country, the Nigeria Union of Teachers has expressed concern over school resumption. Speaking to TVC News yesterday, the national president of the union, Nasir Idris, insists teachers may abandon classes if COVID-19 protocols are not provided in both urban and rural areas. The NUT president informed the public that the union will take state-by-state stock to ensure that in places where there are no provision for COVID-19 protocols, teachers withdraw their services.
Alrighty, so ladies and gentlemen, let's already get with the headlines for this morning from the dailies. And if you come with me, I'll show you some of them. We'll start this morning from the Vanguard newspaper, and we have the first major headline here: South Kaduna, no development without peace. Unity, Buhari says. Cholera epidemic, hunger tear Boko Haram apart as 80 fighters defect from Shakal's faction. Military alerted to planned joint ISWAP defectors attack on Baga town in Borno. Iowa youths claim bandits killed 11,000 in Zamfara. It's a potpourri of headlines here, so we'll start to the side here of the photo story. Deduct at source, pay MDA's electricity bills directly to discos, KPMG tells FG. And UK appoints Damilola Ogunbiyi co-chair of COP26 summit. Crashed Quorum aviation helicopter had no fuel, says AIB. And a post-mortem of the Edo elections here, as this headline reads: Why we lost Edo to PDP by APC chieftains. APC congratulates Obaseki, says it's victory for democracy. How 2023 permutations ruined parties' chances. Buhari, Buni, Guduje meet in Aso Rock, and so on for that headline. And at the top of the Vanguard, Buhari Akufo-Addo meet in Aso Rock over protest by Nigerian traders in Ghana. About time. And previous governments spent 8.9 trillion naira on subsidy in 10 years, says the PPPRA. 57% of Nigerian children under 5 years have no birth certificate, says the NPC, and fuel crisis looms nationwide as truck owners withdraw tankers from roads. LCCI pushes for immediate implementation of Karma 2020. And to the side of the photo story, Army commander killed in Boko Haram ambush. And Naira appreciates to $464.5 in parallel market, or rather Naira to the dollar in parallel market. Look at that photo story. There is one of Jimmy Lawal, senior advisor, councillor, and Balarabi Abbas Lawal, SSG, Governor Nasir El-Rufai, deputy governor, and Dr. Hadiza Balarabi and Mohammed Sani Abdullahi, at the ceremony of the 5th Kaduna Economic and Investment Summit, CADIVEST. We move on now to the Daily Sun. Today being Tuesday, 22nd September. First big headline: Ghana's president tells Nigeria bitter truth. Poverty fueling Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda attacks in Northeast and others. Meets Buhari. Photo story for the Daily Sun. Students of Community High School Alakwere Ketu receiving lessons on resumption after COVID-19 lockdown in Lagos only just yesterday. And another one to the side. Students of the Asarudin Secondary School, Liberty Road, Ibadan, Oyo State on resumption. Same. COVID-19, 24 states shun tests, only 12 conducting tests, reveal the federal government. And crashed helicopter had no fuel before accident, says the AIB, that headline again. Allegations that I spent $3 billion on Edo elections fake, says Uzodinma, says he didn't reject election results. And Edo Ganduje Buni brief Buhari, Obasanjo writes Obaseki, asks him to be magnanimous in victory. Ondo gubernatorial will not make Edo mistake, APC chieftains say. We'll move on now swiftly to the Punch newspaper as Labour lists offending states, plans state protests and talks. Ekiti, Kogi, Imo, Zamfara, 4 others yet to begin wage implementation. Petrol and electricity tariff hikes, talks resume on Friday. Palliatives plan on agenda. A look at the photo story here of the mass of people. The Obaseki-led victory parade says lions, tigers now in zoo. Bottom of the page for the Daily Sun, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram exploiting West Africa's epidemic poverty, ECOWAS chair, and PDP meets on Southwest crisis. It'll poll today. National headquarters are unaware of APC disciplinary council, or rather panel, Ojedu and others say. At the very bottom, finally, APC concedes defeat amidst Edo poll free fare. Let's move quickly to The Nation this morning. APC shifts focus to Ondo as party concedes defeat in Edo. Buni, we will correct mistake that worked against us. At the top of the Nation, we have these headlines here. Caution as schools reopen in Lagos, Osun, Ekiti and Oyo State. And federal government has no business running refinery, says Osibanjo. Buhari's advisor, others to shun Ekiti APC probe panel, crashed helicopter once again here, ran out of fuel. And that's as much as we can take for this hour on the dailies. You can join us again inside the second hour where we get to cover more. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Of course, you know my name. It's Mazino Appeal. We'll be right back after this break.
Now, as movement resumes with different people trying to get to their destinations at the same time. Now, you have to be extremely careful with how you manage your movements. And that's why we are here to ensure that you get to your intended destination safe and sound and in good time. So this morning, I'm going to be starting my trip from Ojedu Bega all the way to CMS Central Park. For those people traveling going through this route this morning, it's going to take you 35 minutes if you go through 3rd Mainland Bridge, and it's going to take you 51 minutes if you go through, that's the Echo Bridge access for people in Surulere axis. I'm thinking it's not that bad this morning. I remember that the bridge is open for those going to the island now. So all the way from Ojedu Bega to CMS Central Park, I'm just going to highlight where we have traffic. We have traffic building up from Ogudu Market. Now from Ogudu Market all the way through 3rd Mainland Bridge. Now once you get on the 3rd Mainland Bridge, the traffic actually is a lot. I'm not sure what's causing it there. I was going to say if you're there, you could use the hashtag to let us know, but then you're on the road. Except you are not the one driving. But there's traffic all the way through Bagada. From what I'm seeing, yes, now there's traffic all the way to the 3rd Mainland Bridge. Now, once you get just a bit in the middle, that's the Unilag axis. Yes, the traffic eases up. Now, the 3rd Mainland Bridge is free-flowing, but as you begin to descend the 3rd Mainland Bridge, that's where Adeniji's side, yes, now around Adeniji's side, there's slight traffic there that just goes all the way till you get to Marina, and from there, you know how it is, you just navigate your way. But if you're going to go through, CMS, that's through the Echo Bridge axis, I'm saying that it's not bad. It's not that bad as well. You're just going to experience some traffic at Costain. That's National Stadium Costain side, where we have all those trucks parked. You know how we expect some traffic at some point at Shomolu as well. I'm seeing little traffic at that point. But right after that, there's a little traffic. Okay, so coming from Ojota, there's traffic. So from Ojota to Costain, from Ojota, after Ojota, all the way down to the National Stadium, there's no traffic. From Costain, pockets of traffic here and there. But once you get right out of that, you're good to go. I'm just going to check other routes, and I'm hoping the rest of my gang have some updates for me. Yeah.
All right, big hotspot here this morning, right at the nexus with Herbert Macaulay and Tridikwe Road. That's if you're heading away from Victoria Island, that Jibo area. Don't know what's causing that hotspot, but it seems to be a very big, tough one. So if that's going to be your route this morning, just want to take note. That's just a little that I have for you. Heading to the island, it's all free. Marina's pretty cool. And island traffic, as usual, is okay. Any of you got anything else?
I don't have anything here right now.
All
but,
right.
Tokpe, do you?
Yes, I have another route for people traveling from Abulegba to Ikeja Computer Village. Now, it's going to take you approximately 47 minutes. So right after Ekoro Road, once you connect to where we have the total filling station, that's where Abulegba bus stop is. That's the old Abeokuta Road. Now, connecting from Ekoro Road to the Abulegba bus stop, there's thick traffic at that point. Not sure what's going on, but right after it, just as you begin to ease up on the old Abeokuta Road, the traffic eases up now all the way through Abattoir, through Okoba, all the way to you get to LSDPC. The traffic picks up again at Agege, the Green Hill Estate axis. It eases up towards the Fort Oil, that's around Koto Agege Central Mosque. Yes, it eases up around that axis, but it picks up again, but just in pockets of traffic here and there. You know how it is around this axis, traffic lights, bus stops, you know what to expect. But at Ogba Road, from Ogba all the way down to Oba Akran is free flowing all the way through to Maryland till you get to, all the way through to Ikeja is free flowing. So if you experience any traffic at any point, just be patient. It will ease up and you will get to your destination. I'll be joining the rest of the gang to know what's up and about in Lagos.
Alrighty. So, we have a very interesting topic today. Can't wait for Tokpe to join us.
Yeah.
Mike, what were you saying? What?
Continue now.
Okay.
Come now.
So,
I was just hitting our traffic reportage.
okay, from Amoteku. I'm sorry, Tokpe.
So
All right.
I was for a while we've watched
Saying I love you.
Ellen
yeah.
DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres for 18 seasons. Now this is her 18th season. She
19th
started.
actually. She's starting the 19th
She
one.
started in the 19th
Yeah,
one.
the 18th one was pretty much done during the
Yeah,
whole
the
pandemic
lockdown.
and the lockdown, so it was recorded at her residence.
So you know the interesting thing, we as like Nigerians, we're sort of used to going into work environments where you just don't know how your boss's mood is going to be, and then you don't know whether if your boss maybe had a bad drive to work or something, you don't know if your boss is going to lash out at you or not. And in Nigeria, we're kind of just used to that. You know, it's just going to work. But then allegations came out a few months ago that Ellen DeGeneres had a toxic work environment. I don't know if you remember when that came out. So when she started her new season, she sort of apologized. Wasn't it a full
this
apology,
is what she did.
though?
It wasn't what she did was she actually addressed it.
She just addressed it.
She addressed
yeah.
it. She talked about having an investigation on the ground and that they discovered some certain things that shouldn't have happened inside of her her show or the backgrounds and all. And she admitted to the fact that yes, this might not have been what was expected, and that they're starting a new chapter. So it wasn't really an apology. It was that okay, yeah, we're going to address all of those happening, all of those things that happened, and we're going to move forward with a better work environment. But the topic now, work environments, and they refer to this as toxic. Apparently, it was one of her producers that were
complaining, I guess.
No, that were the main cause, and. Staff have even come out to say, yeah, while I worked there, so and so happened, wasn't very healthy.
Okay.
Now, in reference to the Nigerian work environment, and what you're trying to say is the fact that Nigerians have just become reconditioned to, or rather conditioned to just accept whatever work environment they get. And toxic work environments happen in a lot of places. And I dare say that each and every one of us while in our career history have been perhaps responsible for contributing to these toxic kinds of environments. I say that because of the way that we have been conditioned to accept these things. We accept it, we're like, that's how it is, and then we revisit it on other people, especially when we start to climb the rungs into these positions. That's my position on that.
I want to ask a question. So as regards Ellen DeGeneres, so now the toxic environment, the toxic work environment complaint, was it from her directly?
No, it wasn't directly from her.
It wasn't directly.
It wasn't directed at her, but the thing is, her name is on the show. So it's her responsibility.
Somewhere directed
The
at her.
whole show. So she's the be kind to one another lady. That's her line. At the end of every show, she says, be kind to one another. And there were some things during her show that wasn't even actually very kind to some of her staff. There's a particular girl that goes around the US, surprising people with money and stuff like that. But sometimes this girl, she wasn't looking happy.
Yeah, because of the kind of things she was asked to do during these processes.
Then look at the other guy that used to wear shorts every single show. summer, winter. The guy, you know, this guy doesn't want to wear those shorts, but it feels like Ellen just.
No, you know, I mean, I don't want to do that. I do.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the Nigerian mentality.
Yeah, but it's not Nigerian mentality.
That's the Nigerian
I've just been listening to people
mentality.
saying
See,
talking
this is what
things.
exactly.
That's
And I
the
just
thing.
left to get.
It's
See,
the
look.
Nigerian mentality.
Look,
If
forget
so,
this
these
thing.
guys came
You are
out to
dealing
say,
with human beings. You know what happens? None of you have attended the second day of training. When you attend, what you are saying about this will change.
Okay, let's hear it.
Share.
Yeah,
So-
look, it is
wait,
not
wait,
a
wait.
Nigerian thing. It is a human thing. You are dealing with people who have history. I mean, we're told the story of a lady who, growing up, her mom, and this is not Nigeria, her mom was always, she was always compared with her junior sister. Her junior sister got into school first. Her junior sister passed her exams first. Her junior sister got a job first. Her junior sister
Always
was
the
doing better.
first.
So she intentionally, she decided that, okay, she was going to get married before the junior sister first. Got into a very toxic marriage, got divorced, became a big girl, got very rich. But that attitude, she got it into the workplace because of what, you understand?
came
So
from,
anything that she always saw everything like competition. Anybody that was below her, you cannot. So she
can't
always
rise
wanted to do
above her.
everything
To
to
keep you down.
subdue
The person.
anybody.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's not a Nigerian thing, it's a human thing. Over there, they deal with stuff like that. So you don't know what, so we were to thought about how to manage different
Yeah.
people at different levels. I mean, someone said that Ellen came in and met someone and said, that the person's, there are some fragrances you don't wear close to her.
Yeah.
She shut down the staff, sent the staff home. There were some allegations directed at her, but I say this, look, workplace, the environment of workplace and all that, workplace behavior and all of that, that toxicity is not just peculiar to Nigeria here. It is a global phenomenon because you are dealing with human beings who have a past, who have a history, and they bring that into wherever they
so
work.
when do you say enough is enough, though?
When you say it's too
When
much,
do you
you're
say it's
asking
too
too much.
much?
Of the
So yeah,
employee.
so the facilitator spoke to us and said something about how he had to leave at some point. You know, there were some people,
Yeah.
there were some places he had to go. There are some points where you might have to leave. It happens.
You have to
Because of maybe
you
your boss or something. So it's up to you. Your threshold. What can you
And,
allow?
and I'll say this, that for most of the people who have actually come out from the Ellen situation and told that they didn't like it, that had been their option. They actually left.
Yeah.
It's not like as if it broke down into some degenerate type situation that went into a scandal.
No.
They actually chose to leave. It also still, I will still reference the fact that you can do that because the relationship with Ellen perhaps was still kind of like mendable or still very okay. Unlike certain places in Nigeria where it has to break down into a fight, you know, you're yelling with your boss and all of that. So we don't have that, we have not been, what's the word, trained to actually handle these kinds of situations because they will come up whether you like it or not. If you're in a work environment,
Something
these
shocking happened,
things
yeah?
will happen.
This is Liberia, and I think it happened, I don't know if you might have heard about it. A very popular bank. The CEO of the whole country, funny enough, is Nigerian.
wow.
I know the one you're talking about.
Okay.
Threw something on the staff, and the guy was recording it.
Wow.
Very
And
unacceptable,
it
actually.
the guy's face was
Bloodied
bloodied
him.
and all of that, and all that. They arrested the guy, locked the guy up from what I heard. I don't know all the follow-up and all of that.
Can't
but
throw a
hey,
pencil at a person even if
There are some bosses that do worse. That's the weird thing, and people
well,
are
hey,
just living
this
with
is
it.
what I'll say. If you're out
Yeah.
there, note that you are a part of an entire system and the energy that you put out. I like to say live, love, and laugh. It's actually the best recipe for a good aura. If you do that, it'll help any situation that you might find yourself in a collective.
guy should
as
be a
team.
pastor.
I will make money.
Moses said,
Hopefully-
see, you gotta require to perspire and acquire.
Wow.
That's a motivational speaker. I don't
On
know
that
motivation.
note, we're going to be taking a quick break, but we'll be back with so much more on Wake Up Nigeria. Hello and good morning. Now, we rise earlier than the sun just because we want to be right here for you whenever you get out of bed.
Oh yes, we also love to be the reason why you get out of bed early. So hey, welcome to the second hour here. Premium breakfast show for you. Great family entertainment. You know what you're looking for when you get here.
The second hour is about to be magical. It's about to kick off right now. Hopefully, you stay right with us till the final hour. My name is Titilayo Oyinsan.
And of course, my name is Mazino Appeal. You want to stream this show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Of course, you can use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Tell us what you feel about what we've talked about so far. And yeah, Mike has been commenting on Tokwe's fringe. I'm wondering how you feel about that particular hair
Let's know.
and look on her today.
Do you think she looks a bit like Mary today? Because
No,
that's what I
what-
thought.
Mazino.
I don't know, I think I just...
Really?
You're looking like Mary. Oh, sorry.
No.
It's-
Just
it's-
stop. It's not working.
All right.
But she looks great.
She looks fantastic always.
See, Mazino, you look like Mike.
Hey, Mike is a handsome
I
guy.
did not say Mary is ugly. I'm just saying you look like Mike.
The only thing is that he's not as tall as I would prefer.
Wow.
Yes,
Mike,
1-0.
I promise you Mike is going to have a comeback. I need to pay you.
It's all good.
You started
he's
it.
Great. Hey,
You
no problem.
started
Hey, I can go for as long as he wants.
You know what?
2 for 2.
Don't.
2 to 2, anyone. Anyhow, listen guys, download our app. It's available for download on Android and iOS store for everything that is free, by the way. You don't need to pay a dime, and you can watch us on your mobile devices anywhere that you want to go.
You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel so you will be the first to know as soon as we post a new video from the show.
Yes, on Fridays.
Yes, sir.
2:30 p.m. every single one of those. We have something extra for you called Wake Up Extra. We get to interact with the big stars and you guys. Hey, you can also be a part of that when you send in your comments. We read it to them and they can interact with you back.
And it's live. It's
yes.
live. A brand new day, brand new chef. Well, not brand new. We have a chef in the kitchen.
Brand new cuisine.
Brand new
something.
experience.
Brand new
food.
breakfast recipe.
Eh-heh.
Yes, Chef Nathaniel, how you doing this morning?
I'm feeling cold.
I can see it. It's a cold, so our breakfast is going to be cold.
No.
It's going to be very spicy hot. Okay, you know what it is, Chef Nathaniel, always keeping it 100.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Can't wait to see which country we're going to today with Nathaniel.
Yeah. Well, alrighty then. Lastly on the show, we have something special for ladies who, well, if you like talking about, or if nutrition is your thing, well, this is it. For a glowing skin, what nutrition is best? We have certified nutritionist dietitian Deborah Onoja coming on with us. Alrighty.
Okay.
Tell you guys what, we're far behind time. Let's just go ahead and let Tokpa do the news this morning. So, hey, let's have the news, Tokpa, shall we?
Yes, we shall. My name is Tokwa Oluwonyo. We begin the news as one person has been killed and 20 others injured during a violent clash between farmers and herders in Jigawa State. Police spokesman Audu Jinjiri says the unrest over land ownership occurred at Madamuwa Forest in Guri local government area. Mr. Jinjiri also reveals that security personnel have been mobilized to the troubled area, leading to the arrest of 2 suspects. He adds that the injured have been taken to the hospital for treatment as preliminary investigation continues by the police. Guri is blessed with fertile land for farming and grazing. The issue of ownership has led to bloody conflicts between the 2 groups over the years. In Nasarawa State, the 6 remaining officers of the Federal Road Safety Corps who were abducted by bandits along Maraba Uje Road have regained their freedom. Governor Abdullahi Sule says the officers were rescued by the police. 26 FRSC officials were said to have been traveling from Sokoto and Kebbi states to the FRSC Academy in Udi, where they were attacked last Monday. 2 of them were killed, 10 abducted, while others sustained various degrees of injuries. But the police had earlier rescued 4 out of the 10 officers when it launched an onslaught against the bandits in Toto local government area of the state. President Muhammadu Buhari has tasked the Kaduna State government to keep up its laudable investment efforts and surpass the impressive results already attained. The president was special guest at the 5th edition of the Kaduna Economic and Investment Summit holding virtually. He commended this Kaduna State government for its efforts to establish its credentials as the investment destination of choice in Nigeria. The president spoke after Governor Nasir El-Rufai said the state has attracted both domestic and foreign investments worth about $800 million since 2015, with investors pledging a further $2.1 billion. He further commended efforts of the government for establishing its credentials as the investment destination of choice in Nigeria. The president says testimonies to that effect further affirms the ranking of the state as #1 for ease of doing business by the World Bank Doing Business Report 2018. But he wants the government to keep up the laudable efforts and surpass the impressive results already attained. Also, President Muhammadu Buhari joined the virtual events to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the United Nations, the first to be held this way due to the COVID-19 pandemic. At the meeting, he hailed the United Nations for remaining true to the aspirations of its founders by fostering global peace and security. In his video, President Buhari amplified Nigeria's achievements at the United Nations since 1960 when the country officially joined the organization. He highlighted the country's active contribution in human, financial and material resources to several United Nations peacekeeping operations, among other priorities. President Buhari called for a global approach in addressing COVID-19 in a bid to build the future for all. Still on the fight against the coronavirus, the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 has stressed the need for more vigilance in spite of appreciable progress recorded in controlling the deadly virus. It warns Nigerians that a surge in cases will lead to additional restrictions, as is being seen in more developed nations. This call, according to the PTF chairman, Boss Mustafa, is made more pertinent in view of the noticeably increasing disregard for face masks, which he notes have now been turned into chin masks, as well as social distancing and gatherings. The UK's coronavirus alert has been upgraded from 3 to 4, meaning transmission is high or rising exponentially. It comes after the government's scientific advisor warned there could be 50,000 new coronavirus cases a day by mid-October without further action. 4,368 daily cases were reported in the UK, up from 3,899. The Prime Minister will make a statement in the House of Commons on Tuesday.
It's about time for us to take a quick look at the headlines in the dailies this morning. We're going to start with the Punch newspaper at this point, and it says here, minimum wage. Labour lists offending states, plans street protests and talks. Ekiti, Kogi, Imo, Zamfara, 4 others yet to begin minimum wage implementation. Meanwhile, petrol, electricity tariff hikes. Talks resume Friday. Palliatives plan on agenda. Moving to the top of the page there, it says petrol scarcity looms as tanker drivers halt operations. Meanwhile, CBN decries speculation as Naira plunges exchanges for 465 Naira to the dollar. Government has no business running refineries, says Oshimbajo. Only Lagos, Kano, Ogun, FCT still conducting COVID-19 tests, according to PTF. And on Edo 2020, INEC observers hail poll, group blames card reader hitches. I'm going to move to the bottom of the page there. It says Obaseki leads victory parade, says lions, tigers now in zoo. Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram exploiting West Africa's endemic poverty, according to ECOWAS chair. National headquarters unaware of Ekiti APC disciplinary panel, according to Ojudu, others. And I'll wrap with this one. Lagos, Ogun, Oyo, Ekiti, Oshun, secondary, primary schools reopen. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch. And moving on to the Nation newspaper right now. APC shifts focus to Ondo as party concedes defeat in Edo. Buni says, we will correct mistakes that worked against us. There's also a photo story there. That's Tinubu and his wife, Senator Oluremi, cutting her 60th birthday cake yesterday. It also says here, right at the top of the page, caution as schools reopen in Lagos, Oshun, Ekiti, Oyo. Federal government has no business running refinery, according to Oshimbajo. Buhari's advisor, others to shun Ekiti APC probe panel, and crashed helicopter ran out of fuel, says AIB interim report. I have heard quite a few people make that assumption earlier, and I guess now, according to the report, it's confirmed. The photo story at the bottom left there, it says that shows some pupils at the United Junior and Senior High School, Ikorodu, observing COVID-19 protocols of hand washing on resumption in school yesterday. All of them, of course, wearing their masks. Let's move on to another paper at this point. We have the Daily Independent with us now. Federal government raises the alarm over neglect of COVID-19 protocols, says global cases passed 31 million mark in 4 days from 30 million. Urges vigilance as international travels, schools, economy open. Recent elections show Nigerians value present democracy, according to OBJ. After Edo, PDP eyes Ondo, Lagos. Ganduje Malabuni meets Buhari over Edo Guba poll. And the photo story there, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo during a virtual conference on Center for Lion Gadgets and Technology at the Presidential Villa, Abuja on Monday. Previous governments spent 8.9 trillion naira on subsidy in 10 years, according to the PPPRA. And Osinbajo says government should have no role in operating refineries. I'll wrap it with this one. Buhari reaffirms Nigeria's commitment to uphold UN principles. Page 28 has more. Let's see what it says on the cover of the Daily Trust at this point. As states reopen schools, federal government urges vigilance, says another lockdown possible. And hospitals put on red alert nationwide. We're going to wrap up the paper headlines at this point.
Welcome to the kitchen, people. I have with me Chef Nathaniel of Natido Cuisine. And this morning, so before we came live, I'm like, Chef Nathaniel, I'm guessing we're making bruschetta today. Like, I feel like, not that I feel like people think I'm not sure. I'm a chef, do you get? And see, clap for me now. At least this morning, I just looked at the ingredients and I'm just like, oh, we're making bruschetta.
4/10.
Leave my, see. Come on, be going.
Stop, hopefully.
Okay, so welcome, people. Today we're making bruschetta and we have, it's French loaf, right?
Yep.
Yo!
Yeah, what's the other name for French loaf?
Ogbeni. Wait. It's Bay what?
It's not B.
It's not. It's
okay,
not.
B-A-G-E-L. No, U-E-T-T-E.
Forget. Yes.
After I've helped you, come on.
Good job. I tried.
8/10.
If I call you, what do they call this thing I'm looking at? You get it?
I'm not
You
a
get
production
it? You
member,
get
so
it?
Let's focus on.
Okay, so we have our baguette.
Yeah.
And we have our minced meat.
meat.
And we have tomatoes. We have bell peppers, carrots, cucumbers, onions, garlic with barbecue sauce. And we have our dry herbs.
And suya spice.
Oh, okay. Why are we having suya spice today?
Just to change the taste.
This taste, okay. So is that olive oil or is that vegetable oil? Okay, so why are we having bruschetta for breakfast?
Because it's one of the very simple and fast breakfasts
you can have. Okay, so
you can see that no much.
Yes, and these are things that you basically have in your house.
The only thing that you can actually buy outside is just this
and
so
this.
just
Yeah, very true.
Very fast.
So this will cost you approximately how much to prepare?
Depends on the price of this
bread
and this.
So would you say bruschetta or baguette bread is an affordable bread or it's on the high side?
Size and it depends on size and where you get it. Like this one is a short one. The longer one is almost double.
This short like this?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's one that is as long as this.
Oh, okay. So this can feed at least 2 people?
Yes, and depends on how
your appetite, so if you have a big stomach.
Maybe 2, 3, exactly.
Oh, okay.
And this depends on the weight and everything. So just basically like 1.5. Although this
the bell peppers, yeah, I mean bell peppers are very, not seasoned now, so they're really on the high side.
Like
so
2, you can get 2 for 1,000.
It's not that deep. You can buy a tarodo and color it yellow.
Yeah.
I mean, so I like to come through for all my sisters out there. So if you know your mother-in-law is coming and you just want to show her way, I mean, I can just drop something nice and easy and
but
chill.
But don't go and do what your mother-in-law will say.
No, see, you don't understand. Sometimes it's not about the actual food. Okay. It's about the serere.
It depends on how your mother-in-law is. That's your mother-in-law until you do amala and they will
but you know, you first show her pepper as mother. Mommy, so this is just bruschetta. She could just look say, Kini. Do you understand? So you have to let her know. Then in the afternoon, you drop your pounded yam. But for now, just bruschetta her away with your baguette. Just say, oh, mommy, you don't know baguette bread. All those things. Let her know that you went to school. You sabi. Okay, so let's dive right into it before we start gisting away.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, if you don't have minced meat, what can you use as an alternative?
Although generally for the classic bruschetta, there's no meat.
There's no meat. You see?
Like the original
bruschetta.
Italian, because it's an Italian meal. There's no meat, but you can just put meat and you can have like I said,
Yeah.
the original, there's no meat, there's no
meat.
fish, but
Yeah.
if you
just
want
put this
others,
to make
yes,
it
just to,
full.
yes.
Okay, and then do you marinate this or you just fry it straight?
Now I'm just going, but I'm going to add.
You're going to, okay, so you're going to do it on air. You're going to do it on fire.
Yep.
Okay.
Although you can actually marinate it beforehand, it depends.
Okay.
Just gonna-
Guys, you know you have to keep it locked and stay right here to see how to make your alternative bruschetta with minced meat. People, I was just trying to put Chef Nathaniel on, you know, a thing or two on how he can do things right.
Doctor, I'll soon sack you for me.
You should sack me.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, sometimes you're proud. You know, like your shoulder used to do like this. Like you have boil, you are swelling. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that
people,
empower me.
we have fried our minced meat, and that was where we used the dried herbs, right?
Yes, yes.
And now we're chopping our bell peppers and tomatoes. So what are we going to do with them?
We're going to stir fry them.
We're going to stir fry them with the
Yes.
same oil.
Yes.
Okay, so that the ingredients can,
Get
how do you say, wole?
Yeah, one. Yep.
It will swell. Okay, so, you know, but is it possible to also use the veggies fresh? I mean, for people who
Yeah,
like
you
to
want-
taste it.
If you want the taste the natural, fine.
Yep.
It's
So
just
what-
different.
Okay, I wanted to ask, why did you choose to use beef? What do you call it? Minced meat, rather.
Because if I should use the normal beef, I mean, I have to still...
Slice it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, what about we just make the bruschetta like that?
Without the meat.
Yeah.
We can still do that, but most times
Yeah.
I prefer to just add one or two things.
Two things, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about Natido cuisine. When you're not here, you know, I like to tell people what you do outside here.
Yeah.
How has it been? How has business been with the lockdown and with the whole pandemic? How was the wave of the business for you?
Although I started when the pandemic thing was, when the lockdown thing was already getting lifted.
Lifted. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
just
okay,
last
okay.
month,
Last
August,
month.
so
Ooh.
that
Now, how is that for you? I mean, you're I don't say your age, but you're very young
Yeah, I'm
and
young. I'm
ambitious.
not that- I'm
how
not
is it for you combining your youth, you're trying to find your feet, and owning a business?
It has been really tough. Yeah, I'll not lie. It has been really tough because,
So where do you find most challenging?
well, most challenging has been keeping my mentality on check because,
check,
yeah,
okay,
you know, most
okay.
times when things are not going as expected,
Yeah.
you'd start thinking too much and start looking for way out and everything.
Yeah, let's start shouting. Hey, come and patronize Chef Natido.
And also, women usually disturb too, so that's another factor.
Chef Nathaniel said women are disturbing. Please leave us. So we want to focus. We want to place our focus on our business. But why are they distracting? I mean, you should tell them they should come and buy food first. Then they can distract.
Maybe because they just see me on TV too much, so they feel I'm a millionaire already.
Oh,
So.
shit. You're a millionaire. That is not story.
No problem.
Also, but how is Natido cuisine? Now, do you focus just on breakfast, or you do breakfast, lunch, and dinners? You do all those 1 liter, you know, those 1 liters.
No,
So
no,
what does
I'm not
Natido cuisine?
okay, just basically breakfast, and it's mostly for like corporate individuals, those
Yeah.
who go to work, that they don't
Okay,
have time,
okay.
and just I'm not focusing on those liter thing.
Oh, okay,
But
liter
much
food.
later I would
You would
diverse
expand,
into
okay?
lunch
So I mean, so
and
if people
dinner.
want to send like breakfast to their loved one at work, people want to surprise a
Yeah.
friend or a colleague, or they want to order breakfast for themselves, like have a bruschetta for breakfast.
Yeah, they can just go to my Instagram page because it's mostly online. Just go to my Instagram page at Natido Cuisine. You will see a link there. You can just chat me up and I'll get it straight to you. Simple and fast. So we're almost done with this.
Yes.
So can you just put this on?
Okay. I will do that for you. Yeah, so I told you I'm the chef here. You're the one assisting me.
Where's the apron?
Oh, Shay, is by that one now?
Yeah.
Abi? It's by
Identity.
that, right? Okay. I'm just trying to get this started.
Get it started.
Quick one, please. So we're just going to, like, are we pan-searing or we're like proper frying?
No, it's not proper fry, just to give it some flavor instead of just taking the raw.
Taking it off,
Yeah,
that's true, because not everybody likes it raw.
And that's one thing about cooking. You have to understand like the average
not everybody
taste,
likes
exactly, except if it's specialized.
Yeah. And even for the garlic that you're putting, you always have to let your customers
clients know that.
No,
okay,
yes,
that
that it could be.
So that's that. I don't.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this working.
Just doing that then.
Okay. While I was trying to get the sorted, guess what? Mazino is on standby and he is ready to take us away. Mazino, what do you have for us?
Alrighty, so let's get to parenting now, and thank you for joining us. So with over a decade experience as a Montessori director and entrepreneur, Ochiko Prudence Daniels has joined us again on parenting to talk about children, how they can get organized and do self-directed activities in the Montessori environment. So hello, Ochiko, are you there? Hello, Ochiko. I'm hoping that she can hear us. Ochiko, are you here with me? Can you hear me? Well, I think we might have lost her. But tell you what we're going to do, Tukwe. We're going to bring this back to you and make sure that we have that connection with Ochiko, and then we're going to go in for parenting. So what else are you guys doing there?
So we are trying to get this started, but talking about parenting, let me just deviate a bit. I was talking to my sister. I spent time with my sister when she was pregnant with her twins, and so I felt like I was an essential part of these children's lives. And then I traveled, like when the lockdown was lifted, to go spend some time with them, and then now they're like 11 years old, and they were not as addicted to me as they used to be. And I was like on operation, get their love back. And then I realized that as these kids grow, they evolve. And then they're not as chummy with you. Now they want to play PlayStation, break games, and they don't want to just be in your space. And I'm just like, how does this happen? You all need to just, that love they give you that is unconditional, Mazino. And all of a sudden it's not there anymore. Like, we need to readdress this. I can't get you loving me, and then all of a sudden you just want to grow.
Ghost on me.
So, or they're getting to that stage where they have to have their own preferences, what they like, whether individuals or even things that they like differently, So you can try all you can to keep their love, but eventually it will go where they want it to go. That's what's going to happen. So I'm still hoping that we can get Prudence back on the line so we can talk about this very interesting topic here, because I was looking forward to it. But in the meantime, we're just going to have to, keep enjoying what it is we have going on in the kitchen. But we're going to take a very short break. And then when we come back, we'll be with you in the kitchen, yes? Or let's just join you in there if you don't mind. Talk about what do you think?
Yeah, so we're looking at bruschetta, and I was telling you how this is the operation. Get your mother-in-law to love you or respect you, whichever way. So when you tell her that, I'm making you bruschetta for breakfast, guess what, baby girls? This is the menu. You need garlic, baguette, that's the bread, barbecue sauce, minced beef, vegetable oil, tomatoes, mint leaf, dried herbs, bell peppers. It is that easy. There's that thing of when you just speak English that will just shock people. They'll just be like,
just to confuse
where is
people.
it? Do you understand? Just to confuse them, that they'll be wondering, where is this one from? But this is a budget breakfast. I mean,
not so much.
But can you use agege bread to achieve this?
No. If you're using agege bread, then
it's no more bruschetta. It's now.
You can't ever use any other bread. If you don't use this, you're not doing bruschetta.
You can't achieve it. So what if I use sliced bread and toast it and it's hard?
It is not.
So we cannot have alternative.
No.
There's
no alternative, Concon.
You can use it.
Your choice.
Okay, so now we're going to.
Just.
Oh, this is very colorful. Are you seeing the colors with me, people?
And look at the trick.
What's
Yellow has some green.
Has some green.
So you don't need to spend much and be buying, because bell peppers now are Really, really
But
expensive.
if for someone who cannot afford bell peppers because of how expensive it is, what can they use spring onions?
You can.
Because I know spring onions is quite affordable. Can they use lettuce as well?
You can use most just.
I remember the last time you used cucumbers.
Yes, cucumber is there.
Yeah, you use cucumbers.
Just a little oil to it.
Okay. So guys, you can totally hit up Chef Nathaniel on Concedes Cuisine on Instagram if you want to order this baguette or this bruschetta as a breakfast for work, for a friend, as a birthday gift, birthday breakfast. That's my niece name, please. Birthday breakfast, yes. Support this upcoming youth.
Upcoming.
Yes, I know youth.
Yeah, I mean.
Hey, you see? So that when you grow and you want to take your kids out, just buy them 3 Ferraris.
That's what I wanted to say. But by that time, maybe.
It's not be Ferraris again.
Yeah.
It will be, I don't know, 3 countries. I say, you know what? Let me just buy you these 3 countries.
Breakfast in Italy, lunch in Dubai, then dinner in Hawaii.
Get them, giving them with our private jet. Let me know, should we wake up now? Dreams.
No, let's see.
Let's
Anybody that
stay
should
there.
wake me up like this, punch.
My dear, your dreams are valid, they are valid.
Very, very. And the beauty about this breakfast is that everything would be on the bread.
On the bread, so it's not like
it's not like a
a
burger,
burger,
or
but
something.
it's like an open burger.
Yes, open face. Burger.
Nice. Okay. Okay, that's what you're having. So if you're not putting the minced meat, this is what it's gonna look like. Yes. So we could use shredded chicken as well. Oh, nice. I don't know about fish, but maybe no, not fish. Fish wouldn't work.
Or maybe you can use fish.
Salmon?
But that's what I want to
Exactly.
say. All those lights,
Those
long
fillets.
Yeah, but it's very expensive though. Very, very expensive. You can get one like 3,000, even 4,000.
But I mean, it's not every day. You know those days. See, let me tell you,
And funny
don't tighten your
we
chest.
want to have all this classic rich men expensive. Something like this, just open it straight as it's long. Then carry that fillet, just long.
Put it on it.
Then have some tomatoes just on top. And so it'll be like all those grilled fish that is long like that.
Or like a platter, almost a platter.
Yeah.
See, my dear fellow Nigerians, you will not die if you just say, you know what, let me spoil myself.
Exactly.
If you carry 5,000 naira and say, I'm going to buy salmon, or I'm going to do this burger. See one of our camera operators already shouting school fees. You will not die. Just spend small money on yourself. I don't say it can wait. They will pay. Don't say talk by said, my dear. But I mean, a little treat for yourself every once in a while does not hurt anyone, because you only have one life. And guess what? If you live it well, one is good enough.
Exactly.
So you can buy yourself a baguette bread. Eat it once a month. Next month, focus on school fees.
And take Gary.
and don't quote me anywhere. Don't say talk by say.
We didn't say anything.
We didn't say. We just said I should eat good food.
Now our 60th Independence Day is almost upon us, and Coca-Cola is celebrating in epic Niger style. Join us in song as we set a new world record as the most number of people to ever sing our national anthem at once.
Yeah, that'll be epic. Tune in to the Coca-Cola Nigeria YouTube channel on the 1st of October at 10:30 a.m. for an exclusive virtual concert featuring performances by some of Nigeria's biggest and coolest acts like Tubaba, Yemi Alade, and Rema. And it's going to be a first, and it's going to be epic, like I said from before.
Yes, so it's never happened before.
No, it hasn't.
So, and the national anthem is actually a really interesting angle for the brand to take. So
Yes.
I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
All right.
Yeah.
I have a very interesting question after that one, guys. This one trended on Twitter. Was
Okay.
it just yesterday? And it made me curious. It was something about cornflakes. It was trending for some reason. Why was cornflakes trending? And
Yeah.
Titi brought my attention to it. Yeah,
So
tell.
there's a brand of cereal that's very close to baby food. The one that's very close to baby food. Everybody knows the one I'm talking about. It's very soft.
Golden.
It's very, yes, it's very. And then, so it was either that cereal versus cornflakes, the normal cornflakes that everybody knows. And everybody was just going off about it all over the place. Like, okay, how you take it with hot water? How you take it with cold water?
What do you take it with?
What do you take it with hot water?
What do you do?
What do you take it with?
You the cold, more cold water.
Cold water.
Normal water. Normal water.
University was cold water. Based on, say, hot
So
But
I was a little.
normally it's with hot water.
Yeah.
Maybe warm water, not hot, but warm water.
Okay.
I was confused as to why it was such a big deal.
It is a big deal. Why would you take it with hot water? You're supposed to take it with...
Cold water.
It's cold water because you're an adult. Take it with hot water, it's just mushy and dead.
Talk about.
No, no,
There's
it
one that
was
you can't
trending.
argue. If you
It
want to
was
soak
trending.
Gary, you can't argue that it's cold water or hot
I'm sure
water.
it's a biotic.
See why at the end of everything, Gary is number one. Because you can't really argue cold water, hot water.
Tell you what we're going to do. Let's take the news now, and I'm going to be doing that for this hour. So one person has been killed and 20 others injured during a violent clash between farmers and herdsmen in Jigawa State. Police spokesman Audu Jinjiri says the unrest over land ownership occurred at Madamua Forest in Guri local government area. Mr. Jinjiri also revealed that security personnel have been mobilized to the troubled area and leading to the arrest of 2 suspects. He adds that the injured have been taken to the hospital for treatment as preliminary investigations continue by the police. Guri is blessed with fertile land for farming and grazing. The issue of ownership has led to bloody conflicts between the 2 groups over the years. In Nasarawa State, the 6 remaining officers of the Federal Road Safety Corps who were abducted by bandits along Maraba Uje Road have regained their freedom. Governor Abdullahi Sule said the officers were rescued by the police. 26 FRSC officials were said to be traveling from Sokoto and Kebbi states to the FRSC Academy in Udi when they were attacked last Monday. 2 of them were killed, 10 abducted, while others sustained various degrees of injuries. But the police had earlier rescued 4 out of the 10 officers when it launched an onslaught against the bandits in Toto local government area of the state. And President Muhammadu Buhari has tasked the Kaduna state government to keep up its laudable investment efforts and surpass the impressive results already attained. The president was a special guest at the 5th edition of the Kaduna Economic and Investment Summit holding virtually. He commends the Kaduna state government for its efforts to establish its credentials as the investment destination of choice in Nigeria. The president spoke after Governor Nasir El-Rufai said the state has attracted both domestic and foreign investments worth about $800 million since 2015, with investors pledging a further $2.1 billion. He further commended efforts of the government for establishing its credentials as the investment destination of choice in Nigeria. The president says testimonies to that effect further affirms the ranking of the state as #1 for ease of doing business by the World Bank's Doing Business report 2018. But he wants the government to keep up the laudable effort and surpass the impressive results already attained. Also, yesterday, the President Muhammadu Buhari joined a virtual event to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the United Nations, the first to be held this way due to the COVID-19 pandemic. At the meeting, he hailed the United Nations for remaining true to the aspirations of its founders by fostering global peace and security. In his video message, President Buhari amplified Nigeria's achievements at the UN since 1960 when the country officially joined the organization. He highlighted the country's active contribution in human, financial, and material resources to several United Nations peacekeeping operations, amongst other priorities. President Buhari called for a global approach in addressing COVID-19 in a bid to build the future for all. And still on the fight against the coronavirus, the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 has stressed the need for more vigilance in spite of appreciable progress recorded in controlling the deadly virus. It warns Nigerians that a surge in cases will lead to additional restrictions as is being seen in developed nations. This call, according to the PTF chairman, Boss Mustafa, is made more pertinent in view of the noticeable increasing disregard for the face masks, which he noted have now been turned into chin masks as well as social distancing and gatherings as well. The UK's coronavirus alert has been upgraded from 3 to 4, meaning transmission is high or rising exponentially. It comes after the government's scientific advisor warned there would be 50,000 new coronavirus cases a day by mid-October without further action. 4,368 daily cases were reported in the UK, up from 3,899. The Prime Minister will make a statement in the House of Commons on Tuesday. That's today. And that's as much as we have for the news this hour. Do stay tuned. We have more coming up in sports.
Welcome back to the kitchen, people. Nathaniel, what do you want to tell them about who the chef is in this place? You better say the truth.
I surrender.
Yo,
Yeah. Let me move open for you.
Okay, people. So far, we have, let's say, pan-seared or heated up our baguette.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've heated up our baguette. We're mixing our minced meat and veggie. So it's going to be like the inside of a burger.
Exactly.
That's what it's going to look like.
It's gonna look like
It's
that.
going to look like the inside of a burger.
Very, very fresh.
So I still stand that you can use your agege bread. Don't listen to...
Disclaimer, put a disclaimer.
Okay, so the thing is, if you're going to use your agege bread, you won't call it bruschetta, you call it
That's a new invention.
agegeta.
That's your new
Agegeta,
invention.
yes. But please
And funny
try
enough,
this at home.
you can try it too.
Yes,
You
try
can-
it at home. What you should do is you put a little oil in your pan and just heat it up. So it's going to make your bread a bit harder.
And the way you would achieve that is by using a stale bread.
It's still... Wow.
Yes.
So you can use fresh. Okay,
If
so
you use those
bread
fresh
with
ones,
salt.
Bevers,
Yes,
exactly.
maybe you keep your bread for like.
But
the
don't allow
third-
it to spoil, but all
Yes,
those stale ones that is
stale bread,
strong.
yeah. So like
then
the
you can
third
also
day.
leave it open, so no one's leave it. That is the, so as you achieve this. If
Leave
not,
it open. But
you are
what
doing
if you
sandwich.
use the oven? What if you use an oven?
If you
Yeah.
eat it up, it will make it soft a bit. That's just it. So
Okay.
that is.
Okay, so you could try it. You know what? Please try it. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria. Take pictures and share with us so that we can see it.
We are switching roles now. I'm the
Yes.
presenter of Wake Up Nigeria.
Okay.
She's the chef.
Let's do this.
So
yes,
Chef
yes,
Tope,
yes.
what are we going to do next?
So what we're going to be doing next is we're going to be laying our, what do we call this? Wait, I got this. I promise you I got this.
Okay.
We're going to be laying our bruschetta on our bruschetta.
So,
Yes.
first things first.
First things first,
Then need,
cutlery.
you know, we have to motivate our upcoming chefs.
Yeah, see,
So,
yeah.
we are going to use the barbecue
lucky we're on
sauce
live
just to lay.
Lay the bread.
Yes, before filling that.
Okay. Will I use the back or the front?
Just
Don't
like
laugh
the way
at
you do
me.
butter.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Sashi didn't like ajebo.
Please, I don't do like ajebo. I'm an ajebo, please. I didn't suffer. I'm so sorry.
Kidwaya.
Okay, so after we do this,
Then just gonna.
I'm just going to take some of the
Yes.
minced meat. Okay.
Yeah.
Some of minced
And
meat and
just
just
put
some of the
some-
veggies.
Sure.
Some of us, there's only meat we want to eat. Hey, you people, oh, this is not my calling. It's presenting, I say I know how to
So upon all the.
hey, don't try me, don't try me. You know what? Before I embarrass my entire generation here, people, you can clap for me that I tried this. Thanks. While I take in all my glory, Titi, would you like to take us away? What do we have next?
Yes, I would. And it's because we've been joined virtually by this really special young man, rapper, songwriter, Olawale Ayodeji Martins, popularly known as Martins Fields. Now, as a rapper who looks up to big acts like the likes of Meek Mill, JJC, and so many others, he hopes to gain international recognition by blending hip-hop with Afrobeats. How's it going, Martins?
Man, I'm all right, man. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. How you guys doing?
All right, thanks for taking our time to talk to us. Really, it's great to see you, great to hear from you. I saw a post recently. You had over 1 million streams of your album, Anomaly. How does that feel?
Yep.
How does that feel?
Man, it feels good, man. I can feel blessed. First and foremost, all thanks to Almighty God. And big shout out to my fans, everyone listening to my music, man. I feel blessed to have you guys support me all day.
So I have to say, you know, a lot of things have happened for you in the past 2 years. In fact, there was something I saw. You said 2 years ago, you released a song. Was it Necessary?
Yeah.
And you said that was where everything changed for you. So you need to take us through that story. How did that happen?
Previously, like I've been releasing before 2018 when I got signed to SOP 2016, I've been releasing songs, but they've not like been getting recognition, or the audience have not been connecting to it. Do you understand? So when I released Necessary, it was like a totally different sound. So, and I just reluctantly put out the song, like, let me just like put it out and see what people are going to say about the song. But the response was massive, and like, I felt that, okay, this is like the kind of song people easily connect to, and this is the kind of songs my fans are expecting from me. Do you understand? So ever since then, I found the true course of my music career, and yeah, everything changed. Everything changed. Yeah.
So I have to say, a lot of great comments about your work, a lot of people tweeting about you. Your followership is just growing month to month. Now, how have you been able to balance all this? Did you expect it to happen so fast?
Yeah, not like I expected it to happen so fast. Like I'm a great believer in God, so I believe everything like will happen according to God's timing. But like all these years that I've been like low key, that I've been on the ground, I've been preparing myself for times like this. Yeah, so I'm ready, 100.
But you have to have a few people you'd like to thank, people you're going to give shout outs to who helped support you.
Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, of course. First and foremost, big shout out to God. I thank God for this life He has given me and for everything He does. Big shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Bello. That's Uncle JJC Skills and Auntie Funke Akindele Bello, because I'm signed under them. And my relationship with them is not like I'm just their artist. They take me like as their son. Do you understand? So I want to thank them for giving me this beautiful and amazing platform to showcase my talent to the world. And I want to thank all my fans, man. Without God and you guys, I wouldn't be here today. So keep listening and keep supporting my infuse. You already know.
All right, that is just as in like he said that in such a cute way. I have to say we have to see one of the clips from one of your videos so that people can feel you. That is such a nice video, so colorful. Like I love the energy, I love the flow, and I could just see his face. He was actually like feeling his own song, and you know someone who loves music when they can actually feel their own music. You know, so talk to us about that video. Was it stressful to put that video out, and who worked on it for you?
No, it wasn't stressful. But that was my first time like shooting a video to a love song. That was like the first official love song I ever made. Do you understand? So the title is Show Me. I released it April 2019, and the video was shot by Paul Gambit. Big shout out to Kalis the Carpenter for the production, and yeah, man, the song is like my most streamed song. Yeah.
Everyone in the studio here was bumping to that as well, but I just love the feel. You know, there's some videos that it feels forced, but you also, maybe you have some acting career ahead of you. You looked like you were very comfortable in front of the camera.
Actually, I'm an actor. I thought we were going to get there, but actually, I'm an actor. Trust me, you wouldn't be signed under Mr. Funke Akindele, and you wouldn't be.
All right. So I know you've had a collaboration with the amazing Zlatan Ibile, but any other future collaborations in the works?
Yeah, none that I can disclose for now, but soon, by the grace of God, other collaborations are coming.
You don't want to disclose. You don't want to just give us a little hint. You don't want to...
they're actually not ready. I'm still working on them, that's why.
All right. But who would you like to collaborate with? Is there someone specifically that you know that you would love to do a song with that person?
Yeah, right now, I think it's Olamide. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Badu.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. Now, I have to say thank you so much for joining us. Keep putting out the music and make sure you pop into the studio as soon as all this, lockdown stuff is over. Come perform one of your tracks for us.
All right, no problem. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, then. That's one talented young man right there, Martins Fields. And I hope you felt him too. We're going to be taking a quick break, but there's still quite a bit to come on Wake Up Nigeria.
And you're welcome back. Well, it's health now, and today we actually have our focus on skincare. We're going to be taking a look at maybe what our personal skincare regime is, or maybe even getting some samples from our personalities here. Tokwe is going to be helping me out with this one. Hey, Tokwe, how you doing there in the kitchen?
Hey.
I hope you don't mind jumping in with me on this conversation.
No, I don't mind jumping in.
Okay, great. So while you have your hands full, earlier this morning we were talking about skincare, and you guys were laughing at me because I said I do take particular note of my skin, starting with my legs. I remember that Mike also made a point of note when he talked about the fact that guys really don't have to stress how much care they take of their skin. It just happens naturally, but women actually have a much more elaborate process that they go through. But do you want to share with us what it is you do to have such luscious skin like you do?
Well, to be honest, I put in a lot of work in my skin, to my skin because now I'm on TV. I think it's primarily because I've understood that my body literally is my job. So I have to sell a very good market. So I do a lot of exfoliating because when you're out there and the sun is beating you, I always advise to do natural remedies because you don't want anything that is harsh and it's going to have like an adverse effect on your skin. So simple things like sugar, honey, lemon. I'm serious. That thing is like the best, cheapest remedy.
That's
like
interesting.
whenever I feel like I'm out in the sun for too long, when I come home, most especially on weekends, I feel like I'm some therapist taking care of the skin. Yeah.
Tell you what, something else that you should do is drink plenty of water.
Yeah.
But we have our guest with us now, joined by certified nutritionist, dietitian Deborah Onaja, someone who is passionate about combating malnutrition, preventing non-communicable diseases through nutrition, and helping patients adopt healthier dietary habits. She'll be talking about nutrition for a glowing skin. You're welcome with us. Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, great. Finally,
Hello,
we
good
have
morning.
you here. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? I think there's a bit of a delay.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
All right, fine. You're welcome on the show. So we're talking about glowing skin today for nutrition, and we were wondering real quick, since we are behind time, how what one must do to be able to have such beautiful skin. What's the first thing we have to take as a point of note?
Okay, it's important to know that the skin is the largest organ of the body, and it's what helps us to protect our internal body system away from what happens on the outside. So there's so most of what we eat actually reflects on our bodies, on our skin. So our skin is a reflection of what we eat. And then a lot of nutrients come together to form how our skin, how our nutrients reflect on our skin. So water is very important because water helps us to stay well hydrated. So it's important that we drink a lot of water. The quantity of water that we take is dependent on our body size, our weight, the weather condition, and also our activity pattern. So if you're really active, you should drink more water. So on the average, about 2 to 3 liters of water for an average man that is 1.70 meters is fine. Still talking about water, I'll talk about fluid. So water, the water recommendation covers water. Now we also have to regulate the quantity of other fluids that we take in and take out fizzy drinks and sugary drinks from our food materials, because sugar makes our skin to be it makes us, it doesn't feed us with the adequate amount of nutrients that we need, the antioxidants that we get in fruits, so fizzy drinks basically should be taken off the diet, and then that shouldn't be a replacement for water. So talking about fluids, we have to ensure that we take in fluids that are very well nourished, like fluids that come from fruit. So fruits, juices are very good. Vegetable juices are very good because they contain vitamin A, they contain vitamin C. These vitamins are antioxidant vitamins that can help us to fight free radicals and then help to improve the skin quality.
Now, Deborah,
And then
when you say juices, do you mean like the already processed ones that we find in stores, or do you mean like the freshly pressed type juices?
okay, as a nutritionist, I always don't recommend that. I always recommend that we watch our food, the process of our food processing. So whatever we can process ourselves, it's best we have it so that we can control the ingredients inside of it than having to buy the processed package. So I don't recommend the processed package fruits. I prefer to recommend the freshly juiced fruit juices. And when juicing, it's very important that we use a cold press juicer, a masticator that extracts the juice on very low heat. So the heat labile vitamins like B vitamins and vitamins, they are still very
One other thing, there is this notion that when we're talking about skincare, most people actually only think about the face. But I believe, and I'd like to think that we're referring to the entire body in this case, isn't it?
Okay, yes. Like I said, the skin is the largest organ, so it's not just the face; it's the whole body. Yeah. So if we see the skin as the largest organ, we wouldn't just measure on our face, but we would look at our entire body. So it's not just the face, but the whole body.
So what are
and whatever we eat?
So what are the signs?
The whole of
what are like the major signs to note when we might be having a skin disease or something major when it comes to the skin? If you can help us with that finally in short.
Okay, the major factors to note is when you are dehydrated, it's a sign that you are not feeding your skin very well with adequate quantity of water. So you don't wait until you are dehydrated. When you are thirsty, you're already dehydrated. So you don't wait until you are dehydrated to drink water. You drink water throughout the day. You spread your water intake throughout the day. So dehydration is one sign to tell us that we are not actually feeding our skin as well as we should. Then sometimes breakouts, although breakouts is as a result of how we feed our skin, but sometimes things, materials that we apply on our skin topically, like cream and oils and all of that, also affects our the way
Deborah,
our skin reacts to.
I really wish we could go in depth and talk more about nutrition and our skin, but maybe we can have you back again on the show. We started a bit late on this topic, but I promise that next time we'll have a larger amount of time to talk about this. But thank you very much for joining us in any case, and we're looking forward to having you back here again on Wake Up Nigeria. Now, if you're still watching at home, I'm not even going to waste time because I have to go to the kitchen. There's a congregation forming there.
Yes, so.
I don't like what
I
don't like what I hate.
This is Chef Tokpe.
Wow.
Assisted by Chef Nathaniel.
We'll let it go this time.
Who plated this?
Wow. For today, that was not a joke.
She did.
Like,
Exactly.
let's give
for
her no
today.
noise.
Thank you.
All right.
Gracias. Thank you very much.
So, Chef Tokpe, what did we make today?
It's been on the show so long.
I'm going to get this right. So we made bruschetta here. So we have our baguette bread and we have our bell peppers, carrots. We also have our minced meat. We also use dried herbs.
Wow.
And yes, garlic as well. And we also had barbecue sauce. We laid it with barbecue sauce before we put our minced meat.
This one like this.
10 over 10.
10 over 10. Thanks, people. 10 sweet people.
Who's trying it? Who's trying it?
We are,
huh?
Try out Tokpe's recipe. Let's
All right,
see.
Tokpe. Here we go.
Okay,
It's
so
going to be
let's do
fantastic.
this.
Yes.
We're doing it at the same time.
Magnifique. Chef.
You got it.
Almost
Thanks.
C'est magnificento.
O'Shea.
Gracias.
A big shout out to our friends at Homely NG for the kitchen accessories, and a shout out to everyone who tunes in every single morning.
Yeah.
We're going to be back here again 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Yes.
Make sure you join us.
It's going to be Wonder Woman Wednesday. Yay!